to this week's Lokar Car Show. Boy, do we ever have an event for you. Last week, we rubbed elbows with industry execs at the SEMA show in Las Vegas. This week, we're down in the Southland. But you know, the South is a big place, so here's Corky Coker of Coker Tires to tell you exactly where we are.
Hi, I'm Corky Coker, and we're in Chattanooga, Tennessee at the Chattanooga Cruise-In, April 1st, right here in downtown Chattanooga. There's 20,000 people here. This is a free cruise-in. It's a family-style event, and I think that there's probably about 2,000 cars here. What a great fun time that you can have around collector cars, and the best thing about it is that all these cars drove in here, which means what? They're wearing out tires. Come have some fun with us at the Chattanooga Cruise-In.
Some amazing classic cars. So we've got some TV cars. Eddie Munster from the hit 60s TV show is here. And he's got two Munster mobiles that were built by George Barris. There's also the Cuda paint chip car is here. Summer Nights is here to help us out. And the Tri-5 group is here also. Everyone's here. You should be here too. Come take a look.
Next on the bucket list is this bizarre car and its owner. Butch Patrick, known to the world as Eddie Munster, is here with his custom-built tribute vehicles. The king of the customizers, the legendary George Barris, who also built the 1966 Batmobile, crafted Butch's Munster coach and Dragula. Butch has been a car guy ever since he got firmly hooked after buying his first car.
Well, you know, being Eddie Munster and knowing George Barris, who passed away a few years ago, I had a very early love affair with vehicles. My first car was a 69 Mach 1, so I was kind of a gearhead muscle car guy. And I had the opportunity to purchase these really wonderful tribute vehicles, Munster Coach and Dragula, a couple years ago, and it allows me now to do a lot of car events, which I really enjoy. Well, it's the first time here, and it's early, but it's packed already, so I'm looking forward to a great day, nice folks, and really organized. We're packed in here tight.
The only thing longer than Eddie Sutton's car is its name. This is a 1952 Nash Kelvinator Airflight station wagon. Now, this is an exceedingly rare car. Mr. Sutton says that he has never seen two of these cars at the same event.
We're not big on car shows. We like mostly cruise-ins and driving the car. We trailer it long distances, which we did this time from White Lake, North Carolina, but locally we drive it 75 miles, 60, 75 miles one way. It has a 350 Chevrolet engine, and it's a drivable car and handles pretty good.
The first car you want to see is Chris Sondel's all-new 1957 Chevy Gasser, built by Woody's Hot Rods in Bright, Indiana. Why, you ask, is this the first car you want to see? Because you can drive this car if you win it.
This is an all-new 1957 Chevrolet built by my company, Woody's Hot Rods in Bright, Indiana. And we built this car as the Golden Star Automotive giveaway car for the 2017 Dan Chuck Tri-5 Nationals that happens in Beach Bend, Kentucky, the second weekend of August. It's an entirely brand new car, starting with the powertrain, which is a 502 from Ed Rinke Performance out of Centerline, Michigan, backed by a Gear Star transmission. We put the power to the street with a Johns 9-inch rear end with a 456 gear. Of course, we run Coker front and rear tires, Keystones from Krager, and it's a neat throwback gasser car that the gasser movement's just getting bigger and bigger each year, and we saw that with the Tri-5 National, so we wanted to make our giveaway car a little bit something special this year. This is my first time down here at the Coker Open House. It's amazing. To get 2,000 cars and 10,000 people in a downtown area is a feat for anybody, but to make a car show out of it, it's a pretty neat deal.
We'll be right back with more amazing cars on the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. The Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group, is brought to you by Stage 8, the world's best locking fastener. Brothers Truck Parts, your #1 source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GM truck restoration. Original Parts Group, world-class restoration parts. Lokar Performance Products. Quality, plain and simple. Lou Winters is local to Chattanooga. He's from Cleveland, Tennessee, just a few miles up I-40. Lou bought this classic car, got it home, and realized that he had a classic problem: rust. After replacing the floors and quarter panels, he made the decision to change gears, and it became a resto mod.
The Chevelle is a 1967 Chevelle, and when we bought it, we paid quite a bit of money for it. We thought it was a really nice car, and we got it home and started to work on it. We found out we had to replace the floors and quarter panel. Had a little bit of rust or rot around the gutters and stuff on the convertible, and then we just started really customizing and put this car together. We made a complete billet grill for it. All the dash and pieces are billet aluminum that we made. We cut the bumpers, shortened those and slicked them, and just got everything, pretty much everything custom. We took all of the stainless steel on it and re-chromed it. We made the eyebrows in the grill different. This car has got it's got all the convenient features of the new cars. It's got one-touch power windows, it's got day-night lights, it's got Sirius radio, it's got hands-free telephone, automatic climate control. Pretty much, it's got Detroit speed suspension under it. It has the bare brakes and shot wheels, and pretty much just a custom car from start to finish on it. It's a customer's car that that he allows us to show. The customer is Fred Treadway in Daytona Beach. That was he owned the Indy race car team. They won the Indianapolis 500 in 1997, and he got into this with us. And he's kind enough to let us take it around the country and show it. So it's done pretty good for us. The red truck is it's my truck, and the truck we built for a customer, and he was parked or sitting at a red light, and a lady was texting and run into the back of him. So we took the truck and put a new bedside in it and redone the front end on it. But it's a very, very nice truck. It's got a new Pete and Jake's frame under it. It's got a LS3 with a supercharger, 6-speed automatic with independent front and rear, Kugel front and rear suspension. It's got shot 18 and 20-inch wheels. Just a lot of really nice custom work. It's got polished stainless steel exhaust, and pretty much everything on it's custom. We did the grill in it and made a different grill for it. We shortened the bumpers and just brought it all around, so.
Charles Adams showed up in Chattanooga with his 1936 Auburn Boattail Speedster replica. This baby took him 3.5 years to finish and is his 6th car. He builds them as hobbies. What an ultra cool model car hobby, huh?
The engine is a 2004 5.7 liter Hemi. Has a matching electronic transmission, which is 6-speed, which is a 545 RFE. The entire bottom side of the car and the suspension is all Mopar. The rear suspension is from a 2006 Chrysler 300. It's more of a show car than a driver, but I drove it here this morning. You know, drive them when there's time and an opportunity to share them with other people. That's what it's all about, you know.
It's time for Lokar Lowdown with Kevin Ford.
Hi guys. Over the years, Lokar's gotten to work with a lot of cool people in the industry, a lot of great companies, car builders, and this most recent project we worked on was with Speedway Motors. Our friend Jeff Carls approached us with the idea of an adapter that looks a lot like an early Corvette shifter. We were stoked to work with him. We presented a couple ideas and he needed to tweak them. We came back, we looked at different ways of manufacturing and making it adaptable to all Lokar shifters, not just new Lokar shifters. So what you see here is a shifter that you actually push the knob down, just like you would a button on a Lokar shifter. This became an incredible success for us. At the 2016 SEMA show, we were awarded the best new interior product. We were so happy about it, and we're glad to work with Speedway on this project. We offer this shifter with a polished aluminum knob, as you see here, white or black resin, and it's available in any of the applications that Lokar offers with any of its shifters, different lever lengths. All of our accessories, boots, everything work just as well. So if you want to check it out, find us at a show, pick up one of our catalogs, or call us at Lokar. You can find our number on our website at lokar.com.
Welcome back to the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. John Williams has a 1957 Ford Thunderbird so sweet it makes grown men drool. You know, you don't have to be a car enthusiast to appreciate a beautiful car. The classic beauty of the Thunderbird is one reason it's been such a popular car for more than half a century.
Well, it's a 57 Ford Thunderbird, and we found this car in Missouri about 5 years ago. It had been restored approximately 10 years ago. We've done some additional work to it, but we enjoy the car and we drive it a lot. We like to go to these cruise-ins. You know, we do cruise-ins, Chattanooga. We're out of at the Atlanta area, but we go to Somerset, Kentucky. We also are very active with the Atlanta Thunderbird Club. And this club will have activities every month. So we'll go to like Florida, Hilton Head, numerous places during the year. We've had the engine rebuilt, the transmission been rebuilt, some other minor things like brakes and so forth, but it's a good solid car and a very dependable car.
Justin Keller is a builder out of Beaufort, Georgia. Keller Rod and Customs built this 1929 Ford Model A. The car has a 36 front suspension, and he says it handles the road like a dream.
I found this car out of Memphis, a guy that built Bonneville cars. It's just stock Model A, no motor, no tranny, and just decided to go from there. Built the chassis is 2x4, custom with 20-inch pickup in the rear, coilovers, stretched 6 inches over stock, suicide doors, 4-inch chop. We drove up today from Atlanta. Yeah, for the, this 36 technology and all. There's 36 front end and all underneath it. It's got brakes from Hot Rod Brake Company on the front, regular 57 Chevy rear end. We get a lot of thumbs up with it. It's a great little car show. It's only the second year we've been here, but it's a fun little place and it seems to be growing every year. Probably just paint and body work, getting it straight, smooth, and everything lined up the way it needed to be.
Original Parts Group Restoration Tip.
Today we have our center console kits for 66 through 67 Chevelle and El Camino, 68 through 72 Chevelle and El Camino, as well as 70 through 72 Monte Carlo. These kits are great. They come with everything you need to repair an existing console, replace a damaged or worn out console, or even add a console to a car that never had one originally. These kits come with the door, the hinge, the brushed aluminum top plates, the hardware to mount it, the flocked inner lining of the center console. They are available in 3 different versions, one for 4-speed, one for turbo hydromatic, and one for power glide transmissions. You can find all of this and thousands of more parts at opgi.com.
We'll be right back with more amazing cars on the Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group. The Lokar Car Show, presented by Original Parts Group, has been brought to you by National Parts Depot. Make your dream happen. Appalachian Tourism. Virginia is for lovers. Croftgate USA, the only car care product you will ever need. Advertising Edge, the official uniform of the NHRA. Tom Scott's 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS hasn't gotten him into trouble yet. His buddy from Keller Rod & Customs helped him build the car. Tom actually decided to sell the car right before this interview, and buyer's remorse began to set in as soon as he made the deal.
454 with factory air conditioning, automatic. Justin Keller did the redo on it. He took it down, took all the parts off of it and repainted it. Well, I just wanted to keep it as close to factory original as possible. I drive it at least every 2 weeks, just to keep the engine, keep the oil running in it. Just cruising up and down the highway, going to car shows, or rides really good. It's on the way up here, 70, 75 miles an hour, just as smooth as a tack. Lots of power. Whenever you can be going about 20, 25 miles an hour on it and romp down on the gas and the back tires will break loose. Oh, I've stayed out of trouble so far. Funny thing, just as y'all were setting up to do an interview with my buddy next to us, I signed the papers and I just sold it. I'm gonna have seller's remorse for sure. It's always been my passion, it's always been my favorite car, but money talked.
We still have a few more cars to show you from the field of thousands on hand at the Chattanooga Cruise Inn. One exemplar model is Ken Evans' 1954 Chevrolet Bel Air. This car is a driver and has air ride suspension to help dampen those bumps along the road.
It's a 54 Bel Air. It's chopped about 4 inches. Chop was done with GNS Fab in Athens. The rest of it we did locally with Lucky Dog Hot Rod Shop in Harvest, Alabama. It's just a cool car. I'm from Tucson before I moved to the south, so you don't see much of that old West California style out here. Always wanted one. It's a driver. We drive it everywhere. It's been as far as Bowling Green, out to Nashville, over here a few times. It rides good. It's on an AccuRide air ride. Even though it looks like it sits on the ground, it's pretty good to go anywhere. It's nice. This Coker event is probably one of the best spring events. We love coming up there. It's a great turnout. We did everything to it except for the chop that was on it. The chop was done when I got the car.
Each week, Croftgate USA Car Care Products picks the best of show from the Lokar Car Show. Johnny Smith's 1956 Chevrolet Bel Air was in good condition when he bought it for a 56. This was a frame of restoration. The car now has a 383 stroker and a few other updates.
Not many people restore the 56. Everybody's interested in a 55 or a 57. So I wanted something a little different, so I chose a 56. I've had 3 56s through the years. Completely restored it, frame off restoration. The frame is powder coated, 2-inch lower spindles. It's been lowered completely all the way around. I changed the motor. It's a 383 stroker motor with a 350 turbo transmission. Has a narrowed 9-inch forward rear end. Well, I take it to car shows in this area, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee. I take it to Knoxville, to the Street Rod Nationals. I worked on it about 3 years at home in my spare time. It rides and drives good. I'm very pleased with it.
The clock has run, so that's all we have for today's show. Make sure to tune in next week when the Lokar Car Show takes you to the Atlanta Motorama.